Okay. So I spent my 4th enhancement point on... I started the Archmage line with enchantment this time. I usually take the Conjuration line, which gives you SLA Web at level 2. And it's really hard to beat that, I think, but I've never actually tried any of the other options because the Web one looks so good. So I thought I would try it this time.
Coming from deep in the crypt, you hear the strange and unsettling echoes that Kaya spoke of. And by the passage leading in, a grim-faced man glares at you. Strange. Sarcophagi line the walls, but they're broken open and empty. You notice something strange about the wall to the west. If you search the wall, you found some kind of secret door in the wall. Once you open it, you can reach whatever's behind it.
So of the options other than Conjuration, the interesting ones seem to be Enchantment, which I've just gone with, because I always make fairly decent use of enchantment spells on arcane casters. Usually Charm Person, but I mean Hypnotism was one of the spells I took at level 1 because it is a good choice. And Evocation looked interesting too, especially since spell point conservation is a big deal when you're soloing on a wizard. I might even switch into that if I think it will help later on. But for now I'm going to try Enchantment and see how that works.
What were those cultists up to? A treasure chest glimmers in the dark passage here.
Yeah, I've already got a cutting weapon, so I don't need that.
As you slay these foul cultists, take care to keep your own health up.
Oh, I did buy another healing potion between quests as well. So up to 3 potions now.
There's a Sahuagin in here, performing some kind of ritual.
Come, dead son of Corto.
A magical crest appears from the destroyed altar. If you take it with you, it may be useful later. You continue to hear cultists about their evil work from further inside the crypt.
I hope the video doesn't get too disorienting, but on casters I inevitably end up doing a lot of jumping around. Jumping and dodging. Maybe I should get used to tumbling more.
Another treasure chest. Perhaps the cultists brought it here, but it's yours now.
Well, I'd like to take the mace, but I'm not going to be able to swap over weapons mid-fight.
There's another Sahuagin. It croaks.
Crag Wolf Heyton, in life you served the light.
Another crest drops out as you smash the altar. There might still be other altars elsewhere in this crypt.
I'm putting my money on the skeleton in armor here. You'll notice I always charge and kill the altar and don't bother with the spellcaster at first. On Elite it's much quicker to kill the altar. I think the altar's HP doesn't scale up with difficulty, whereas the Necromancer's XP HP. I'll get it right sometime. The Necromancer's HP does scale up. Yeah, the SLA hypnotism seems kind of okay. Only one spell point. Yeah, I should basically use that any time there's a group of enemies. It's the downside versus web is that it will be no use against the undead. And there's probably a few other enemies that I will discover that it doesn't work on. So I'm making all of the, I guess the advantage of having int 20 is that I'm making all of the, well, they're failing all of their checks to resist it. It's a pity my skeleton doesn't understand it, but never mind. Yeah, the hypnotism is definitely much better than armor. Okay, here's the other embarrassing place to die.
Unprotected, and that's probably what the dead cultist by the chest thought. Acid sprays out of the wall as the gate slams shut.
Okay, we did it. Okay, do that again, but now more sensibly. Preferably without running directly towards the jet. Oh well, never mind. The main thing is he took all the risk.
In the middle of this chamber is an evil devourer altar. By it, a Sahuagin rumbles. When the altar collapses, a third crest appears. It glows with cold magic.
Oh, that mole looks pretty good, actually. Although with the black colouring on it, it does kind of look like a rubber mallet. Especially scaled down to gnome-sized. I guess I put a shrine. It's kind of excessive, but it's totally possible to die in this fight here. It doesn't happen very often, but I mean, I guess it's unlikely for me since I'm... You know what, I need the axe for this because there are zombies in there. I think Control S is what I normally use for slashing. Maybe it's what I use for silver normally. Well, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I should stick with the axe. Yeah, the main risk with this fight, and with all the fights in here really, is the casters casting magic missile, since that goes through all of your armor normally. But I have shield, so it doesn't apply to me.
And behind it, another Sahuagin performs unholy rituals at a devourer altar. This barrier appears
Alright, which one did I miss?
sockets in the wall. If you find the crests to those sockets, it may allow you passage.
I guess if you get totally surrounded by the zombies, you could be in trouble. but I don't think I've had that happen. I have seen people get nuked by the magic missiles. Definitely on elite because it scales up the caster level of the enemies enough that they do substantial damage with their magic missile. I still kind of want to try the evocation archmage as well.
You fit the last crest in place, and the magic shield dissipates. The Sahuagin inside spits out in a venomous voice. The last Devourer altar shatters.
There's only room for one necromancer in this dungeon.
Your bold actions saved Korthos and brought the Sahuagin's fell scheme to naught. The treasure chest in the antechamber is now yours.
Alright. Okay, and we made it to level 2. So that's it for this video. Next video will be me taking level 2. And then it will be, I guess, finishing off Korthos Village.